Divine, all blessed of joy and prosperity, elevation and manifestation. You are now viewing and sitting live with the Divine Prince, Pan-African spiritualist, practitioner, and advisor, Elagun Oloye Hoodoo Obeya Bokur, sharing with you in all things spiritual, mystical, metaphysical, cosmic, universal, evolutionary, revolutionary, healing, and holistic from a Pan-African Hoodoo world spiritualist perspective. Understanding that all is truly and indeed a blessing if you can just see beyond the veils, for it is all just an illusion and a test and one of the greatest divine mysteries of this life cycle. This is my affirmation, reverberation, and it is my ever-living reality. All is a blessing is crucial to the very foundation of my inner standing, not understanding, but my inner standing. Inner is when you take something that you understand and then bring it inside and then manifest that. It is indeed the foundation of my understanding, my teaching, my walk, my works, my demonstration along this divine, all blessed life. This is how I, the Divine Prince, make sense out of all that we're challenged with here on this earth plane existence. I am always humbled, honored, and appreciative by those of you who do choose to join me here at high noon U.S. Central Standard Time for the Power Lunch. Those of you who were here yesterday, Sunday, but also who've been listening to my 10-year blog talk radio show, you already know that I'm a little bit exhausted with blog talk radio. I went into blog talk radio earlier today and the switchboard wasn't even present. I couldn't access the switchboard. I couldn't create a new show for later in the week. So indeed, I am transferring, if you will, my audience from blog talk radio to YouTube Live. And I'm grateful for those of you who chose to be here and to be present with me on today. I'm always open to your questions, comments, requests, but my main priority is to share, to teach, to allow people an open door, an open window, if you will, into authentic New Orleans voodoo secrets and recipes. I am the king and leader of New Orleans voodoo. Have no doubts about that. My demonstration speaks for me. How I live, how I work, how I operate in front of the camera, but also behind the camera. Integrity, morality, values, protocols, manners. These are all critical and crucial to authentic voodoo practice. We live in a time and a day of I am spiritual, which often means I have no rules. I am spiritual, which often means I'm going to do what I want to do, what I choose to do, irregardless of its outcome on the planet or myself and then other people. So we stand in the truth of authentic voodoo. It is indeed a lifestyle. It is indeed a spiritual walk. It is indeed a spiritual practice. It is culture. It is a way of being, but it is also a religion. Have no doubts about that, beloved. We created religion. In this environment of anti-religion, remember that Africa created religion. Remember that. So when you seek to throw the baby out with the bathwater, I am spiritual, but I ain't religious. What foundation, what scaffolding then are you operating from? And many of you, many of us, are not clear about traditional African-based religious systems. It's not taught in America. It's not supported in America. It's not reinforced by any aspect of our pop cultural experience in America. So, as I mentioned yesterday, taking on, developing, becoming brand new here at the conscious level, at the mind level, and here in your heart and your soul are crucial to what comes out of here. And we manifest our reality. We live to recreate and create our reality through our mouths. And if you aren't clear, you don't have to open your mouth. What comes out of your mouth first has to pass through your ori, your head, your consciousness. So that which you believe, you don't ever have to say it. That which you believe manifests and becomes the demonstration of your reality. That which you believe. So be careful about complaints, especially those complaints that you hold here and you say under your breath and you don't necessarily say it out loud, or you're holding on to inwardly out of some fear of what people might say or how people might respond to that. I posted my truth last night on Twitter, and I was responding to a comment about love. And people seeking love and often come to the practitioner for the love spell, the ritual work as it relates to a love relationship. But love, understand, doesn't exist in the world. And those of you who feel that internally, sense that internally, I'm here to confirm for you, love does not exist in the world. Love exists in here. Love is an expression, it's a manifestation of what's going on in here. And then it becomes an outward projection. But it is not tangible, it's not physical, it's not something that we can measure, it's not something that we can define. As with prosperity, joy, happiness, what do those words really mean if we isolate them from how we act, how we live, how we operate each and every day as individuals? And again, I'm very grateful for you all to be present. I do wear eyeglasses, and as I said on my show yesterday, I can't really see your questions without putting my eyeglasses on. So far, no one has any direct questions for me today. And all is a blessing. I certainly do appreciate your contributing to the show. Another reason that I decided I was going to move beyond doing Blog Talk Radio, now in its 9th season, its 10th year, is because I got to a place where I felt like I was talking to hear myself talk. People were coming in, listening, enjoying the program, sending me email and text message later on, sometimes days later, months later, about their appreciativeness for the broadcast. But people were not participating in the show. And I'm not going to do the same thing here on Blog Talk Radio. I'm sorry, here on YouTube. Let's be clear. I'm not going to talk for 2 hours like I did on Blog Talk Radio to entertain you, to give you a free information and education into what Voodoo is. It's about participation. Voodoo is not a look, as we clarified on yesterday. It's not how you wrap your hair. It's not how you wear your elekis. It's not how you demonstrate naturalness on the outside. It's about what's going on the inside. And when it's on the inside and it's manifesting, then it promotes demonstration. Demonstration is a conscious word that evolved in the conscious community back in the 60s and the 70s. Demonstration, when I say demonstration, it's about how you act, how you live, how you show up in your truth. It's one thing to say I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm a Nuwapu, I'm a Voodoo practitioner, I'm an Ifa practitioner, and then we are not seeing you walk in that, demonstrate that, be that at every moment of your existence. Not just in front of the camera, not just when people are watching and looking. This is about what you do when people aren't watching and looking. This is about what you do in here, how you think, how we view the world, how we process the world has been sculpted by our initiation, our training, our understanding, our inner standing, and our experience within voodoo. Voodoo is not witchcraft. It's not magic. I'm not here to magically fix your circumstances in 24 to 48 hours. This work requires demonstration. This work requires activity. This work requires homework. One of the things that I believe one of the things that clearly distinguishes voodoo practice and spirituality from your normal, mundane, everyday, accepted mainstream religions, and that is practice. It's more than showing up on Sunday. It's more than being present at the gathering, but it's about ritual work, ceremonial work, inner work, personal work, each and every moment of our day, how we interact with nature. Voodoo is nature. So when I open my door in the morning and I step out, the birds speak to me. The sky speaks to me. The trees speak to me. Even before we enter the realm of spirit. Indeed, we operate in the realm of spirit in voodoo, but spirit is also embedded organically and naturally in nature. In nature. Everything that we believe we see physically, everything we think we understand or know physically about the earth, about ourselves, our body, our existence, is all vibrating light. Molecules, atoms, energy, vibrating light. And so we create and recreate our reality based on the direction of that vibration that we project from within. It eventually comes out of your mouth, but if you are positive, you're projecting it before you say, I am positive. If you are truly operating in voodoo, you project voodoo without saying it. And I get responses about my look, my photos, my disposition. People have come to the city and have met me in person. It's all voodoo. It's all voodoo. I might be honoring, acknowledging the saints, my black and gold. I might be honoring and acknowledging the Hollywood South film and TV industry on the outside. But we are here, you are here today because of the voodoo, and I'm here speaking and sharing with you today because of the voodoo. Another point that I wanted to discuss today, particularly if no one has any specific questions for me yet, and that is the cost of divination and services. We briefly talked about this on yesterday. And I'm going to be very direct, very candid. Some of you know me to be that. You expect that from me, no holds barred. If you are looking for entertainment, if you are looking for someone to share your experience, if you're looking for someone to confirm your experience, whatever that is, by all means, visit these homemade, practicing, beginning readers that you find prolific online today. Support them. Be a part of their experience. But that's not why people come to me. People come to me for reading, for results. Just like you wouldn't go to the doctor, the clinic, the dentist without expecting a result. There's going to be an examination. There's going to be a determination of what's happening, what's going on. Then the physician or practitioner is going to present homework, How do we fix this? How do we improve this? Sometimes that's medicine. Sometimes that's exercise. Sometimes that's how we eat. But it's a comprehensive, professional, expert experience that we're all going to pay for. Even if you got Medicare, Medicaid, insurance, somebody is paying for the expertise of those practitioners. The idea that you can go and buy a deck of tarot cards and a crystal and start offering services online for a fee and then be angry with me because my fee is higher than yours, but you have no knowledge of traditional African-based religious systems. You have no knowledge of Yoruba, Iwe, Akan, Fon. You have no understanding of how divination truly work. And I've spent years of my life learning, studying, humbling myself under elders, mentors to gain this knowledge and this awareness. I am not a celebrity psychic reader because I say I'm a celebrity psychic reader. I'm a celebrity psychic reader and spiritualist because celebrities seek me out. Politicians seek me out. Professionals seek me out. It's not because I'm broadcasting that on Instagram with a cute picture and some CGI. It is because of the demonstration of the manifestation of the spirit within me, with that around me, and within the work that I do each and every day. Just try memorizing 256 symbols. Just try memorizing 256 Odu. And just a few of the proverbs that go along with those Odu. Requires a great deal of time and study. It's like trying to learn your chemistry chart. It's like trying to learn math. It's like trying to learn science. So you're welcome. You're welcome to utilize these $5, $10 readers. Their price, their donation mirrors their experience, mirrors their level of expertise, mirrors what they are absolutely able to do for you. I often ask, where are your public comments and ratings? I often ask, where are your demonstration of work? Where is that documented history of your experience operating in these systems outside of your cute Instagram posts? So, beloved, many people who have sought me out will tell you that my fees are fair. Those who have actually accessed my service, and many of them have left public comments and ratings on my Keen, on my Psychic World, on my Dream Chat, on my Google business site, people have left comments about the value of my service. Someone asked me through Twitter the other day, do I assist people who come to me who don't have any money? Absolutely. Do I assist people who are in need, urgent care, emergencies, stressful scenarios who don't have any money? Absolutely. And how I choose who to assist has everything to do with how you come at me. Has everything to do with how you present yourself. Has everything to do with how you word that email when you send it to me. It tells me how serious you are. It tells me how committed you are. It tells me how real you are. Are you looking for a magical, instantaneous fix? Are you looking for me to bring this man back who you don't need in your life anyway? I need to understand those questions, those motivations, before I invite not only you, but myself into sacred space calling down the ancestors to get involved in pettiness, it's not acceptable. Calling down an Orisha to help you to do something carnal, something temporary, something based on how you feel and not what you need, doesn't make any sense. So we must put up gates. We must establish a protocol as to how people come in to this house, how people come in to this system. Otherwise, it would be a free-for-all. Otherwise, it would be Babylon. Otherwise, it would be church. And many of you left church for very real reasons. So don't recreate church now that you are seeking ATR. Be clear about what it is that you need. Be clear about what it is that you want. Be clear about what it is that you ask for. And by all means, be clear about who you are asking. If they have no public footprint, who are you sending your money to? If they have no record, listen, I've done divination on TV, documentaries, movies, live, documented. I didn't start doing this yesterday. I didn't start doing this 5 years ago. I didn't start doing this 20 years ago. You know, it's a shame that I had to let gray grow out for y'all to really understand that I'm not a beginner. I didn't just fall off into this yesterday. I'm over a century old and have spent much of my life. Correct me. I'm more than a half a century old and have dedicated much of my life to African religious systems and traditions. I've given up dating. I've never had a real relationship, never had love and romance the way you all desperately seek love and romance, never had a stable community that could get past the voodoo, that could get past the gay, that could get past this guy is different, to get to the place of understanding who I am. And as I suggested yesterday, it is amazing to me how much some of you want from me without acknowledging my humanity at all, without asking who I am, where I'm from, where I've been, how I got to this place. I offer you to read my mother's book, Voncelle Savage, V as in Victor, O-N-C-E-L-E, last name Savage. A Letter to My Sisters is one of her most popular books. Read that book if you want to know who I am. Wapani Savage, my youngest sister, has also written 3 books. Her most popular book is The Little Girl Cries. And A Little Girl Cries. If you want to understand who I am, read my mother's book. Read my sister's book. Read my books as they continue to come out, be published, and be released. But pay attention. I tell you all who I am. And we live in a society where, I don't want to say everybody, but everybody lies, and everybody has grown to expect everyone to lie, particularly in social media. You all can say you're anything in social media. You can throw up a picture and pretend to be anything in social media. And that's why I make such a big deal about how much documentation have you found of me out in public, in the community, in Congo Square, operating at the grassroots level of these traditions. I didn't just show up and put up a picture and a deck of tarot cards and say, come spend money with me. Never have. Never been Miss Cleo. Many of you know I don't hard advertise. I probably should. I'd probably be less hungry right now if I hard advertised. But I'm here for the religion, culture, and practice that is voodoo. Nothing else. If that makes me narrow-minded, if that makes me limited in my scope, if that makes me limited in my existence, perhaps. I'm here in marriage to the ancestors, in marriage to the Loa, in marriage to the Orisha. I'm here in service and vocation to our people who have suffered PTSD, post-traumatic slave disorder, who have suffered all manner of oppression and white supremacy and discrimination in the Western world. I'm here to bring balance to that. I'm here to replace that which we are letting go of in terms of the church, in terms of the mosque, in terms of the synagogue, in terms of others telling us how we should live. Revolutionary hoodoo, New Orleans voodoo secrets and recipes. Some of my well-read viewers, you understand the Haitian Revolution. You understand Bois Cayman. So the manifestation of voodoo in the New World is not exactly what it was in West Africa. The needs changed. What it was needed to do had to change, had to evolve. So once we crossed that Atlantic and entered this so-called New World, the ancestors with us, the spirits were with us, this power was with us. And as we talked about on yesterday, the process of getting that enslaved mind, body, soul, and spirit to a place to create revolution didn't happen overnight, didn't happen in one ceremony, didn't happen because they went to see the great Hogan and the great Mambo, and in an hour later, they were ready for war. This took practice. This took coming together more than once. This took gathering over months, over years in the spirit of voodoo. This took calling down the ancestors in a tangible, real way, each and every moment of their day. It took them believing wholeheartedly here, and in here about the power of what our ancestors and the powers of the great universe can do. Revolution. Voodoo is about revolution, freedom, healing of the mind, body, and the spirit, healing of cultural injustices, healing of our family, of our village. That's what the voodoo is about. So if I'm starving, if my lights are in threat of being cut off, if I'm in threat of losing my housing, how am I expected to then give, fix, heal the community? And on what resources? You all support the saints. You all support Walmart. You all support Hulu and Netflix and all the other luxuries that we have in Western culture and society. But when it comes down to who we are, holistic healing, spiritual living, we want the discount. Can I get that for $5 and can you fix my entire life by Wednesday? That's the kind of foolishness that unfortunately that I'm dealing with each and every day. And your friends and your cohorts and your peers, they know it. Just scroll through Instagram. They know it. They don't even care to put up a profile picture because they know you don't care. You're going to send that money regardless because they got a couple of candles and some tarot cards on their profile. So we've got to look at how we are asking for help. It's a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher shows up. But what signal are we sending out to the teacher? What signal are we sending out to the universe about how seriously committed we are to changing who we are? Listen, operating in voodoo ain't easy. It's not. To walk around, I might as well have it written or tattooed on my face, but to walk around in society at every level of society, standing in your truth, it's not easy. It's not easy. And that's why many of you are still dibbling and dabbling in hoodoo on Saturday and going to church on Sunday. Your mama don't know you serious about voodoo. Your daddy don't know you serious about voodoo. Your people don't know nothing about you in voodoo. But you get in this social media environment and Convince me that you are, and that somehow we are equals, and that I should just now give you my secret, my mysteries of how I operate in this tradition. Come on, you guys. Let's get real in 2019. Let's make some major changes in 2019 for ourselves, our families, and for our community. Are there any questions? Please help me out. If you really do have a question, type it in the chat right now so that I can see it. The chat continues to scroll up and I can't talk and look at you in the camera and then read chat at the same time without it, looking crazy. So if you do have a question, just type it in. Yes, Adventures of Truck Driving Diva. I absolutely love your statement. People want to pay money for something that directly benefits them. Buying liquor, clothes, entertainment, but nothing for a changing of their own life. And that's my position. If you're going to these readers, you're going to these practitioners, you're going to these psychics, how are they actively helping you to change your life, to better your life? Have you ever had a reading with me before? So you may not know, a reading with me might be 2 hours. A reading with me doesn't end at the reading. There's a follow-up. I have people that come to me and get a reading and we're still in communication 2, 3, 4, 5 years later. I help you through the process. I help you through that patience of waiting for the thing that you seek, you desire to manifest. I help you to figure out what to do, how to move, how to operate. Psychics don't care. Tarot readers don't care. Fortune tellers don't care. Their interest is in numbers. How many people can I read in the course of the day and they hope not to see you again? We see that right here in Jackson Square. They expect not to see you tourists again. They just want your $5, your $10, your $20 and keep it moving. So when you come to me, I am not a fortune teller. I have the gift to tell fortunes. I have psychic abilities. I have spiritual gifts, but I am not elementary. I'm here to actually take that information, help you to up information, and then have it show up in your life. How many of you think I'll still be here, that I would still be sought out, that I would still be on TV if I absolutely had nothing to give? And we can look at many wealthy TV personalities that show up, TD Jakes, remember Tammy and Jim Baker, and all the money people sent those people to receive what? Kearney Thomas is sending you a prankerchief in the mail. Come on, people. Let's get real. Let's get truthful about this. We call ourselves God. We call ourselves goddess. So let's get real about this. The thing that you have of the most value is this. That body and that spirit, that soul that controls it, that manifests from within. Toilet paper, buy your cheap toilet paper. Buy your cheap toothpaste. Buy your cheap laundry soap. Why are we looking for cheap? When it comes to healing, when it comes to psychology, psychiatry, spirituality, and then that which we pass on to our families and our children. Your children are watching your demonstration. Your children are absorbing your demonstration. They see you spend $200 on a pair of shoes and then wrestle with the voodoo man about how much you're going to spend on your reading. They see you take the cruise and the vacation and the Disney World and the Six Flags and the Busch Gardens and then throw your coins into the offering plate. Your children see that better than anybody. You see it, but your children see it better than anybody. So we are always shocked and amazed when our children manifest things and then we say that we don't know where they got that from. We don't know who they emulated that behavior from. We've got to get real with ourselves and with each other. I am going to, normally when I'm on Blog Talk Radio, I do a 30 to 45-minute show. Yesterday, here on YouTube, we ended up doing an hour and 30-minute show. People asked questions, people participated. It was a lovely, lively environment. And so I am going to give you all right about till 12:45. If you do have some questions, comments, things you want me to talk to, address to, speak to, and then I'm going to move on and continue with my day. Many of you know that it is carnival season in New Orleans, and I am a masking Mardi Gras Indian. In fact, I'm the only openly gay masking Mardi Gras Indian in the city. So the amount of responsibility and pressure that I personally feel to show up, show out, to make sure that I sew my Mardi Gras Indian suit to the best of my ability every year is great and it's intense. This is a season where I'm sewing 12, 16 hours of the day. I find enough time to do my work, offer my services, work daily with my godchildren, and I do work daily with my godchildren. Some of my godchildren, message me, text me, call me, Skype me every day, several times a day. So again, for those people who are asking, who do I provide service for free? You need to ask my godchildren. You need to ask my initiates. You need to ask my clients. It's hard to judge who I am and what I offer and what I do if you've never been there, if you've never sat in that chair. So I offer you to go visit my YouTube, visit my Instagram, visit my Facebook, Google my name, find out who I am, find out how large my footprint is, get clear about what it is that I'm here to represent. I'm not here to represent foolishness. I'm really not. I'm not here to entertain. I'm really not. I can be entertaining, but I'm not here to entertain. That's not my vocation. That's not my call in life. I'm here for the revolution of voodoo to its rightful place. And for us to understand that we have options. The church, the mosque, synagogues, the synagogue is not our only options. We can go back to the root, back to who we are, back to our own source of power. And we don't need to go to Cuba for it. We don't need to go to Puerto Rico for it. We don't need to go to Haiti for it. We already have it here. And New Orleans is the spiritual Mecca of Black America. Let's be clear. This is the spiritual Mecca of Black America. This is the sacred and holy land of Black America. The closest ecological environment you can get to Africa is here in New Orleans. Sometimes we're referred to as the northernmost Caribbean city in the New World because we are not quite stereotypically American. We eat Spanish and French and ethnic and African. We dress French, Spanish, Creole, ethnic and African, and our spiritual practices connect us back to the root. I am always grateful to be present, to share what I know, to give that which the ancestors and spirit have given me to offer to you, and I'm grateful to do so. I'm humbled by those who support me, who always show up, who always remain present. And as long as I'm able to, I will always be the Divine Prince and offer you that doorway, that entry into who you are becoming, who your destiny has sculpted you to be. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Unless someone has a question, I'm going to end the show, and I will be back on tomorrow at 12 noon. Someone is talking about Seven the Gentleman, whitewashing and commercializing going on in terms of spirituality. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I like how you said with spirituality, but also with the soul of New Orleans. I absolutely agree. And when I say we, I'm talking about your grassroots practitioner, such as myself. Tourism, commercialism, the retail industry. Listen, I have a great deal of respect for New Orleans, the French Quarter, why people come here, why people come to visit the city. Great deal of respect. At the same time, it is imperative that you, as a consumer, know what it is that you're coming for, you're looking for, and you're spending your money on. It is one of my greatest pet peeves. And forgive me if you're listening to me right now, I'm only telling and speaking my truth. It's one of my greatest pet peeves when people message me, email me, call my phone 15 times without leaving, a voicemail, just to say, I'm here, I'm visiting your city. How can I come see you now? Not considering the gravity of who I am, the work that I'm having to do. I need you to let me know that you're coming. I need you to let me know that you're interested in an authentic experience. We are not set up like the commercial enterprises and businesses in the French Quarter. Many of those shops, for instance, got psychic readers waiting on you to come and spend your money. And they might use names and phrases that invoke a sense of authenticity within you. Reverend Zion, Dr. John, Marie Laveau, and people think, wow, I'm in New Orleans, I'm in the French Quarter. There's no authentic voodoo practice going on in the French Quarter. You've got to come into the community for that. You got to come into Tremaine. You got to dial my number and email me to even know when and where that's happening. Even as a local, us living here, we often don't know when these things are happening unless you are part of the happening, unless you are part of the planning, unless you are part of that event. So we appreciate you coming. I appreciate your questions. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate all of the emails I get about people, suggesting that they're coming to the city, they're visiting the city, they love the city, they want to know more about the city. I just ask you to respect the voodoo, acknowledge the voodoo, and don't expect the voodoo to be touristy. I don't have a box full of pre-made gree-grees to offer you. That's not real. It's not authentic. A gree-gree is made individually and uniquely to the individual. There's a reading that's done, a divination that's done by where the ancestors and the spirits tell you what is required, what is at work. So there is no box of commercial ready to go gree-gree. There is no box of commercial ready to go voodoo doll. But you'll find all of that in your tourist shops. You'll find all of that in the French Quarter. You find all of that at Disneyland and Six Flags. But you don't go to Disneyland and Six Flags looking for an authentic experience. You're looking for cheap fun, entertainment, fantasy. And I'm not in the business of fantasy. I make a clear separation and distinction between acting, performing, cultural performing even, and operating within the authentic context of culture and tradition. They're two very different things. Just like now, I'm on camera, I'm concerned about how I look, looking at you directly, and this and reading feels out of sorts to me because as a professional performer, we look into the camera, we smile, we emote directly to you. But this ain't a voodoo ceremony. This ain't a ritual. So there are different rules to how we've got to operate and navigate. And I'm asking you to better educate yourself about who you're supporting, who you're spending your money with, who you're seeking to help you to gain access to these traditions. The common story is I've already been to practitioner A and things didn't work out. I've already been to practitioner B and things didn't work out. But now I'm coming to you. Can you help me? I'm exhausted all my funds. I got $3. Can you do something for me? Come on, people. You can't do that. You can't go in the Salvation Army and do that. You can't go into the Salvation Army thrift store and do that. You can't go into the free clinic and do that. It might be free, but nothing is free. You're going to fill out some paperwork. You're going to make an appointment. You're going to jump through some hoops to have access to that thing. My protocols are not designed to complicate the process. In fact, my protocols are set up to make people gaining access to me and these traditions easier. But many are coming, again, with the old mindset. You're just doing church, but you're calling it voodoo now. You're just doing what you've always known, but you're masking it behind spirituality and tarot reading now. And that's not authentic. Your experience is not authentic. And the evidence is that 6 months later, a year later, you're going to the next reader for entertainment. And that's why some of you want the $5, $10 reader, because you just want to talk to somebody as frequently as you want, maybe get them to agree with you, confirm what you already think you know and understand. You aren't looking for any answers. You aren't looking for any correction. You aren't looking for any psychic lines. They absolutely want you to call, keep calling, call. They want you to call and ask what to wear because they're in the business of making money. I'm not in the business of codependent clients. My personality, y'all know, I want my clients to be empowered. I want my clients to know and to understand. And I want my clients to stop wasting time and money with people who aren't in the business of helping you to become your best you. I'm here to help you to become your best you. I'm here to make sure that you have something legitimate to leave down in terms of lineage to your children, your grandchildren, your nieces and nephews, your friends and your peer group. I'm here to ensure that voodoo is revived to its rightful, respected place. I'm not trying to stop Hollywood. I'm not trying to stop Halloween. I'm not trying to stop entertainment and fantasy. I just want you to know the difference. I just want you to know the difference between authentic voodoo representation and commercialism, tourism, internet games. Okay? All is truly and indeed a blessing. Until next time, my friends, I'm with you and I'm for you. If you need me, please do email me at DivinePrince at houseofthedivineprince.com. Divine is spelled with 2 I's, not 2 E's. D-N-E. Divine Prince at houseofthedivineprince.com. All is truly and indeed a blessing until tomorrow. Asheo. Ay, Bobo.